In today's video, we will be talking about how to make sure you get paid. Welcome back to another Long Crack video. Thank you so much for joining us, and you can thank Colby for this video because he requested me to cover this topic, and it is how to make sure you get paid by your customers, and this is becoming a real issue in the industry. And before we get started, if you like the videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to us. We really appreciate you watching and are really having a good time making these videos. So we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. Okay, so getting into the topic, how to make sure you get paid. The first thing that comes to mind is offer an incentive for the customers to prepay. My company offers a 7% discount if the customer is willing to prepay. I think 7% is towards the high end of a discount, but I do see some guys are offering 10 or 12%. Just make sure you are kind of bumping up your prices before you take that discount off so you don't get into trouble with your profit margins, okay? But if you can get them to prepay, offer them an incentive. A lot of times, customers that are in a good financial position will take advantage of that, and that'll improve your cash flow, especially in the spring when you might have to be shooting off a couple payroll runs, mulch, fuel, repairs, blah, 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 marketing, all the expenses that come in the spring before you start having money rolling in. So that really helps out with cash flow. The second thing is auto pay. So my company offers a 3% discount if the customer will auto pay. And what that means is we actually have their credit card on file. We send them a consent form. They can sign off on it electronically. And then we have their card on file and we run the card after each individual service. The way we do it is we run cards on Tuesday. So if the service was performed Monday through Sunday the week prior, we are going to charge your card on Tuesday if we do not hear from you. If you had any issue with the service, we would either make that right or not charge your card. And if we don't hear from you, we run your card just like the agreement you signed said. So those are the two best ways. Contracts or agreements, if you're doing residential, say agreement instead of contract, because residential people don't want to sign contracts for their lawn care services, I promise you. But just the fact that they signed off on this document saying they would pay you and they agreed to the terms and the pricing and all that, that they're more inclined to pay. And then if you do have to take them to court or whatever, you have this document that makes it very black and white that you are in the right, they're in the wrong, they owe you this money. So that process should go smoother and hopefully cost you less money and take less time. Commercial clients, definitely do a contract with a commercial client, call it a contract, they're used to it, that's standard operating procedure. So just proceed as normal with the contract with your commercial clients. Something else I thought of is actually meet your customers in person. If you meet them in person and leave a favorable impression on them, they are much less likely to not pay you. So that's just kind of a common sense thing that I thought of because a lot of the new customers that we've picked up over the past couple of years, I've never spoke to them. They don't know my name unless they saw it on the website. I've never been to their property, so they have no ties to me. Well, a lot of the prior first customers we got, I was the only employee, so of course they know me, they saw me there every week, they really like me, etc. That they're just, it's more likely they're going to pay you if they've met you and especially if they like you. So consider trying to meet your customers every now and then. I know you get busy and blah blah blah, but that'll go a long way and it'll also help with customer retention, honestly. The next thing is if they do not pay, I think 30 days is the cutoff. Like 30 days you haven't paid, you just proved to me that you don't have the intention of paying your bill. So this is where I would start phone calls, emails, letters, a sequence of these. And if after 60 days they still haven't paid, that's when it's time to act. Don't let it get much past 60 days because the older this debt gets, the harder it's going to be to collect. And here are basically your options if they're not paying. You can hire a debt collection agency. So we use American Profit Recovery. I met these guys down at the GIE Expo a couple years ago, and I've been pretty happy with their services. They've collected thousands of dollars of bad debt for us, so I think it was a good deal. They've collected more than I've paid them, so it was a win-win for me on money that I probably wouldn't have collected otherwise. So consider that. I do honestly like American Profit Recovery. Small claims court is kind of a joke in my opinion, because you can go to small claims court, the other person doesn't even show up, the judge is like, oh yeah, you win. You're like, yay, I won, what do I get? You get a judgment. Judgment means nothing. You're gonna have to go back to court with that judgment and then try to garnish their wages, and if they're too broke to be sued, then you don't get your money. If the court can't get access to their bank account or whatever, you're not going to get paid. So it just doesn't matter, and they're not going to punish this person in any way, shape, or form, and they're just going to go on with their merry life screwed over contractors. So I'm not a fan of small claims court. Placing a lien on the property, depending on the rules and regulations, the laws in your area, and what services you provided, you could possibly place a lien on their property. And in this case, they cannot sell their property until they pay off that lien. So you're not going to get your money right away, but if they ever do try to sell the property, you will definitely get paid, or they can't sell the property. So that's another way to do it. And then something else, I'm not familiar with this, but I did see this in a Facebook group. Somebody mentioned it. I did a quick Google search, and I was like, wow, it's a real thing in Kentucky. It's called theft of services. So apparently if they steal services from you, you can charge them with theft of services. And like I said, I'm not familiar, but I would hope the court system takes this more seriously, as it's kind of a criminal matter at this point. So that is my best advice. Prepay, number one. You've already been paid before you do the work. Auto pay, you got their card on file to charge it after you do the work. And then just stay on top of your AR, very diligently, quickly, and that's your best bet of getting paid once this debt gets old. Good luck. Then a side note, when I rolled out in 2016, I said all new customers have to prepay or auto pay. My existing customers, I didn't force them to go on the prepay or auto pay format, because they had already proven to me that they were going to pay their bill at the end of the month. So if you are thinking about implementing one of those two payment systems, consider letting your good customers that pay their bill stay on the platform they are. I offered it to them because I offer a discount, but the majority of them just wanted to send a check in at the end of the month, and I was fine with that because I was pretty confident they'd do it. So it's Ryan with Long Crack. Thank you so much for joining us, and until the next video, keep making money.